Namaste class. In the previous lecture we have solved section 1 and 2. Now in this class we will see this section C. The first question means question number 13 is, in the given figure you can see the figure. In the given figure triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. You have to find the measure of the following angle. You have to find angle ADC and you have to find angle AEC. So let us draw this diagram first. Okay, so we have a circle. Let us draw a circle, and in the circle we have to draw an equilateral triangle. So let us draw an equilateral triangle. So something like this. Okay, very good. And then we will draw one more triangle. So let us take this point and like this, and here I will take one point and join. Now naming of my triangle is A, B, C, D and E. So from left I will start A, B, C, D and E. Okay, so let us write what is given. So we write given first. What is given? Let us move little here. We have given triangle ABC is equilateral triangle. And to find, this is given. What is to find? We have to find first angle ADC and second angle AEC. These two angles we have to find. Now in solution we see that triangle ABC is equilateral triangle. Therefore angle ABC is equals to 60 degree. Now angle ABC and angle ADC are angles in same arc or angles subtended by same chord or angle subtended by same arc. So I will say that now angle ADC, this is equals to angle ABC. Reason, angle subtended by an arc. I will give reason that angle subtended by arc AEC on remaining part of circle. So angle subtended by an arc AEC on the remaining part of circle. Therefore my angle ADC will be equals to angle ABC, which is 60 degree. Okay, so we can consider this as equation 1. Actually no need to consider. Now ABCE is a cyclic quadrilateral. So quadrilateral ABCE is a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore angle ABC plus angle AEC, their addition is 180 degree because opposite angles are supplementary. So therefore this is 60 degree plus this we don't know. So I will get the value of angle AEC is equals to 180 degree minus 60 degree is equals to 120 degree. So value of this angle AEC is 120 degree. So we have find both the values. Angle ADC is 60 degree and angle AEC is 120 degree. So final answer, you can say that answer, your first angle ADC is equals to 60 degree and angle AEC is equals to 120 degree. Fine, let us move to 14th question, or in 13th question we have two options. In the given figure, angle ACB is 40 degree, ACB is find OAB, we have to find OAB. Now ACB is 40 degree, so AOB will be double of this 80 degree, because angle subtended by a chord at any point of the circle is half the angle subtended by chord at the center. Okay, this is the theorem. So by that, angle AOB is 80 degree, and now in triangle OAB, you take triangle OAB. In triangle OAB, OA is equals to OB. So therefore, by isosceles triangle theorem, angle OAB equal to angle OBA. Now sum of three angles is 180 degree. So OAB, angle OAB plus angle OBA plus angle AOB is equals to 180 degree. So this is for 80 degree. Remaining two angles, their addition will be 100 degree, and they are both equal. So each angle is going to be 50 degree each. So angle OAB is 50 degree. Okay, I am not solving it. I am leaving this for you to solve. Now question number 14, represent root 8.5 on the number line. Represent root 8.5 on the number line. The 14th problem is represent root of 8.5 on number line. So for that, you will draw a number line first. So draw a number line, and on this number line we mark origin O, or let us first do the construction and then decide what will be the origin. Okay, so first we draw a line which is obviously greater than this 8.5. Then we take 2 points, say point A, and at a distance of 8.5 take another distance B, and then from B take another point C, which is at a distance of 1 centimeter. This is A to B is 8.5 centimeter. Then B to C it is 1 centimeter. Now taking AC as taking AC as a diameter, now you have to draw a semicircle. Now to take AC as a diameter, you have to draw semicircle. That means first you have to locate the center. That means midpoint of AC. Now to locate midpoint of AC, you can use the construction which you learned. From point A, we take a suitable distance in our compass, that is more than half of AC. So take any suitable distance, and you have to cut an arc on this upper side and on this lower side. Similarly, taking C as center, we have to bisect these two arcs. We have to cut these two arcs. Now when we join these two arcs, okay, what I will get? I will get center point, midpoint, because this is the construction for perpendicular bisector. So you got the midpoint. Now you have to take, let us name this as this is midpoint, so I will name it as M point M. Now taking AM as radius, I will draw a semicircle. So I will draw a semicircle. It is something like this. Okay, this is semicircle. Now at point B, I will draw one perpendicular. Now you know the construction of perpendicular also. From point B, you have to draw one arc. On that arc, you cut 60 degree, 120 degree, and then you bisect 60 and 120 degree. You will get 90 degree, and that will be your perpendicular. Draw perpendicular like this. It cut at some point, say A, B, C, we have already taken A, B, C, D at point D. Okay. Now this distance BD is our required distance root 8.5. Justification they have not asked, so this is root 8.5. Now I will take B as center and then draw an arc like this. This will cut this number line at say some point E. So on number line this BE distance is root 8.5. So finally here on number line I will say that distance BE, not DE, it is BE. So distance BE is equal to distance BD is equals to root of 8.5. BE equal to BD is equals to root of 8.5. Yes, simple. So this is how we represent root 8.5 on the number line. Okay, now next question is plot point x comma y given the following table in the Cartesian plane. Choose the suitable unit of distance on the axis. So you have to just plot these points. So x, y, 3, minus 2, 4. Let us write the table first. X, y, minus 3, 2, 4, and for y we have 3 minus 2, 4. That is 3 minus 2, 4, and here in y we have minus 5, minus 3, 0. Minus 5, minus 3 and 0. We have to plot it on number line. So what you do, you first draw number line like this, okay. Then we mark axis, this is our x-axis. On this side we say x dash, origin we take O, this is y, this is y dash. Along x-axis I have positive value till 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, write 1, 2, 3 and 4. On negative side I have no negative value, but fine, you can write minus 1, minus 2, something like this. On upside we have positive value of y is 0 only, so all values are negative, but then also write 1, 2. On negative side we have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, so I have to extend it further. So let us extend here on this side. Okay. This much part I will delete. This is y dash. So this is minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Okay. Now I have to locate 3, comma minus 5. So along x-axis 3 and along y-axis minus 5. So here I will locate one point. So mark this point as A, which is 3, comma minus 5. Then I have to locate minus 2, comma minus 3. So minus 2 here, minus 3 here. So from here we draw one perpendicular, from here we draw one perpendicular. So on graph paper, so it is easy, okay, as already lines are there. So this is my point B, which is minus 2, comma minus 3. Then point C is 4, comma 0, along x-axis 4, along y-axis 0. So this point is 4, comma 0. So this is my C point, 4, comma 0. Done. This is what we have to do. We have to represent it on the number line or on the Cartesian coordinate plane. Okay. Now 16th question is x is equals to 2 minus root 3. We have to find the value of x minus 1 upon x power 3. So x is given. The value of x, now this is 16th problem I guess, x is 2 minus root 3. We have to find x minus 1 upon x the whole power 3. Is it right? 16th problem, x is 2 minus root 3. We have to find x minus 1 upon x power 3. Right. So what I will do, I will first find the value of 1 upon x. So x is given, I will write x is 2 minus root 3, then I will write 1 upon x. So 1 upon x is 1 upon 2 minus root 3. Then I will first rationalize it. So this is 2 plus root 3 whole divided by 2 plus root 3. So my numerator will become 2 plus root 3. My denominator a minus b, a plus b, it will become a square minus b square. So we simplify, we get 2 plus root 3, and the denominator we get 2 to the 4 minus 3, 4 minus 3 is 1. So my value of 1 upon x is equal to 2 plus root 3. So x minus 1 upon x I have to find out. So therefore x minus 1 upon x is equals to 2 minus root 3 minus 2 plus root 3. So this is equals to 2 minus root 3 minus 2 minus root 3. This 2 and 2 will cancel. I have minus 2 root 3. So this is the value of x minus 1 upon x. So x minus 1 upon x is minus 2 root 3. So therefore x minus 1 upon x the whole cube is equals to minus 2 root 3 the whole cube. So minus 2 root 3 the whole cube, it will become 2 to the 4 to the 8 into this is 3 root 3, and minus power odd is minus, so it is minus. So this is minus 24 root 3. Isn't it a simple problem? Yes. Now in option they have given one more problem. If x is 9 minus 4 root 5, then find x square plus 1 upon x square. X is 9 minus 4 root 5. X is 9 minus 4 root 5. We have to find, problem is find x square plus 1 upon x square. So here what I will do, there are two ways. One is that you find x square and then you find 1 upon x square and then add. Okay. The other way is that you find x is already there, you find 1 upon x and then x plus 1 upon x the whole square you take. Okay. So here x is given. So 1 upon x will be 1 upon 9 minus 4 root 5. I will multiply with 9 plus 4 root 5. I will divide with 9 plus 4 root 5. So therefore this 1 upon x will become 9 plus 4 root 5 divided by a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So therefore 1 upon x will be 9 plus 4 root 5 whole divided by 9 is 81 minus 4 4 is 16 into 5, 16 5 is 80. So 81 minus 80 is 1. So this is 1 upon x is 9 plus 4 root 5 divided by 1. So it is 9 plus 4 root 5. Now x plus 1 upon x the whole square is equals to 9 minus 4 root 5 plus 9 plus 4 root 5 the whole square, right? X plus 1 upon x, x is 9 minus 4 root 5 and it is 9 plus 4 root 5. So therefore here I have x square plus 2 into x into 1 upon x plus 1 upon x the whole square, and here plus minus cancel, 9 plus 9 is 18, it is 18 square. So this x will also cancel. So therefore I have x square plus 1 upon x square is equals to square of 18 is 324, 18 into 18. This is 4, this is 2, this is 3, 324. So x square plus 1 upon x square is, here it is 324, and this 2 plus 2 will go here, it will become minus 2. So answer is 322. 322 is your answer for x plus 1 upon x the whole square. Okay, next problem. Next problem is, if diagonal of parallelogram are equal, then show that it is a rectangle. If diagonal of parallelogram are equal, then show that it is a rectangle. Now when diagonal of parallelogram are equal, we have to show rectangle. What is the property of rectangle? The property of rectangle is that each angle is 90 degree. Okay. So when parallelogram have each angle 90 degree, we call it as a rectangle. So here in next problem, we have a parallelogram in which diagonals are equal. So if you keep your diagonals equal, you will get parallelogram something like this. So A, B, C and D given ABCD, quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. And second, we have given AC equal to BD. Now to prove, we have to prove that this quadrilateral ABCD is rectangle. Now property of parallelogram is what? Property of parallelogram is that its opposite angles are equal, its diagonals are bisector of each other, its opposite sides are parallel and equal, right? And what is for rectangle? For rectangle, parallelogram with each angle 90 degree. So here you have to prove that each angle is 90 degree. That's it. Yes, okay. So for that, let us take two triangle ABC. ABC, we take this triangle ABC, and we take triangle ABD. We can take these two triangles like this. Check, right? Okay. So there are various ways. You can use any one way. Proof. Now what I want to do is, I will prove them congruent so that corresponding angles will equal, and as the corresponding angles are supplementary, so each angle is going to be 90 degree. So in proof, I will take two triangles. So in triangle DAB and triangle CBA. Now we will take these two triangles. In these two triangles, DA is equals to CB. Okay, this is opposite side of parallelogram. Therefore it is equal. Now AB is equals to AB. This is common side, and AC is equals to BD. So BD first I will write. So write BD or DB. DB is equals to CA given. So therefore you can say that triangle DAB, therefore triangle DAB is congruent to triangle CBA. This is side test. Side test of congruency. Triangle DAB and triangle CBA both are congruent triangle. Now the triangles are congruent, therefore their corresponding angles are equal. So angle DAB, angle DAB is equals to angle CBA, corresponding part of congruent triangle. This I will take equation 1. Now DAB plus CBA, angle DAB plus angle CBA, they are supplementary 180 degree. Reason is AD and BC parallel. AD parallel to BC. So interior angles are supplementary. Right? Now from 1 and 2, so this is second equation. So therefore angle DAB plus angle DAB is equals to 180. This is from 1. In 1 we have seen that this CBA is equals to DAB. So therefore 2 times angle DAB is 180 degree. Therefore angle DAB is equals to 180 degree divided by 2 is equals to 90 degree. So angle DAB is 90 degree. So similarly we can prove that other angles of parallelogram are also 90 degree. Therefore quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. So quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle. Now next question is factorize. Factorize x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20. So next question is factorize. X cube plus 13 x square plus 32x plus 20. Alright, let us check again. This is correct, perfect. Okay, so what are the different steps that you should follow to factorize 32x plus 20? Okay, what are the different steps? First, we will find factors of 20. So factors of 20 are, it is plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2 plus or minus 4 plus or minus 5 plus or minus 10 and plus or minus 20. These are the factors of 20. Therefore, possible rational factors, therefore possible roots, I will say that, therefore possible roots are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 5, plus or minus 10 and plus or minus 20. Our px is here px, we will consider this as a polynomial. So px is x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20. Okay, so one by one we will try. So let us first check what is p of minus 1. So p of minus 1 is here minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 1 square is plus 1, so this is 13, then this is minus 32 and this is plus 20. So we can see that this is not equal to 0, okay, as negative terms are more. P of, if I put positive value, so I will not get 0, okay. Now if I get 0, this will give me remainder. When remainder is 0, so I will get one factor. So I am trying to find one factor. So let us try with minus 2, the next number minus 2. So this is minus 2 cube is minus 8 plus 13 to the 26. Achha, this is plus 13. This is minus, this is plus 13. So okay, I think we are getting 0 here. Here minus 1 and minus 32, so it is minus 33 and 13 plus 20 is plus 33. So minus 33 plus 33 is 0, p of minus 1 is 0. So therefore, I will say that therefore x plus 1 is a factor. Like this you can find all other factors, or you can divide your polynomial with x plus 1. So divide, so I will say that, so divide x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20 by x plus 1. We will divide by x plus 1. So here I have x plus 1. Okay, recall how you do this long division. There are few other methods also. So it is your choice which you feel comfortable, you can use and solve. Now here it is x cube and here it is x. So x cube divided by x gives me x square. So I will write x square in quotient and multiply this x square with x plus 1. So when this x square, when I multiply by x, I will get x cube. So here it is x cube, x square multiplied by 1, so I get plus x square. I will subtract, so minus minus, I will get 0 here. 13x square minus x square is 12x square. Then I will bring this 32x and plus 20 down. Then here it is 12x square and here it is x. So 12x square divided by x gives me 12x. So now I multiply by 12x. So 12x into x is 12x square. Then 12x into 1 is plus 12x. Again I will subtract, minus minus. So this will cancel. 32 minus 12 is this is 20x plus this is 20. Now here I will write plus 20. So here I get 20x plus 20. Now they cancel. So my quotient is x square plus 12x plus 20. So therefore we will say that this x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20, this is equals to one factor is x plus 1, the other factor is x square plus 12x plus 20, x square plus 12x plus 20. Now this is a quadratic polynomial, so here I can use factorization or splitting the middle term method. So this 20 I have to split in two parts such that their addition is 12. So 10 2s are 20, yes, 10 2s are, this gives me the required result. So here it is x plus 1 in one bracket, in other bracket I will write x square plus 10x plus 2x plus 20. Now I will take x common, so here it is x plus 1 in one bracket, and here as I take x common it is x plus 10 plus here I will take 2 common, so again here it is x plus 10. So this is x plus 1 in one bracket, x plus 10 in one bracket, and x plus 2 in one bracket. So this is my factorization. Factorization of x cube plus 13x square plus 32x plus 20 is x plus 1 into x plus 10 into x plus 2. You can rearrange in order as x plus 1, x plus 2, and at last write x plus 10. Okay. It is not compulsory, you can keep here your solution x plus 1, x plus 10 and x plus 2. So this is how we done the factorization. Now 19th problem. In a recent survey found that age of worker in a factory is distributed as follows. This is the age of workers in a factory. If a person selected at random, find the probability that the person is 40 year or more, under 40 year, under 60 but over 39 years. Okay, so a problem related with probability. Age in year is given and number of workers is given. So here we draw the chart. Age in year and number of worker. So age in year, we see it is 22, 29, 38, 20 to 29, we have 38 worker. Then 32, it should be 39, 42, 49, 50 to 59. Let us check whether we are right. Now why it is taking time to load? Okay, that is already there. 50 to 59 and 60 and above. Okay, 38, 27, 86, 46. 27, 86, 46. This is 52, 59 and above 60. Above 60 is only 3%. If the person is selected at random, find the probability that the person is 40 year or more. So we have to find probability of a person is 40 year or more. So first let us calculate total number of worker. Is equals to 6 plus 3 9, 9 plus 6 15, 15 plus 7 7 14, 15, 15 plus 15 30. So 3 carry, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 8 16, 16 plus 4 20. So total 200 workers are there. Now probability of a worker is more than 40 year. Now probability that the worker is more than 40 year is number of workers more than 40 divided by total number of worker. I have to check number of worker more than 40 divided by total number of workers. So here 86 plus 46 plus 3 I will add. So this is 86 plus 46 plus 3 and divided by total is 200. So 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 3 15, 1 carry, 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 1 13, 135 divided by 200. So with 5 you can cancel. So this is 5 to the 10, 335, 5 7 the and here 5 4 the. So 27 upon 40 is the required probability. Similarly under 40 years, so I will add this 38 and 27 and divide by 200. Under 60 but over 39, so over 39 means from 40 to 60, so I will add 86 and 46 and then divide it by 200. Okay. The next question is, a metal piece is 77 centimeter long. The inner diameter of the cross section is 4 centimeter. The outer diameter being 4.4 centimeter. Find the total surface area of the metal used. So your metal piece is hollow cylindrical in shape. Inner diameter is different, outer diameter is different. Diameter is, that means it is some circular part and its length is given, so it is hollow cylinder. So we have to find total surface area. Okay. So let us first draw the diagram. 77, 4 and 4.4. So I have a hollow cylinder. So there is an outer layer. Okay, inner and outer. Now from top if we see, we will get something like this circle and inside a hollow circle. So this much part will also be there as an area. So here height is given 77 centimeter. Inner diameter, let us say small d is given 4 centimeter and outer diameter capital D is given 4.4 centimeter. This outer is capital D, this inner is small d. Okay, and this height is 77. So my total surface area, this is given. To find, we have to find total surface area. So total surface area, formula for total surface area is total surface area is equals to outer curved surface area plus inner curved surface area plus 2 times outer cross section area minus inner cross section area. Okay, so what I have done for total surface area, this outer curved part I will take, inner curved part I will take. Now at top and bottom we have two cross sections in which this shaded part I will take. So that is outer cross section minus inner cross section into 2. Now outer curved surface area, what is the formula for curved surface area? It is 2 pi RH. So this will become 2 pi capital R I will take, capital RH plus 2 pi I will take small r h plus 2 times in bracket I will take pi capital R square minus pi small r square. Okay, so diameter is given, so radius we can find out. Small r is 2 centimeter and capital R is 2.2 centimeter. Okay, h is 77. So this is equals to 2 pi h I will take out. Inside I have capital R plus small r plus 2 pi. Here I have capital R square minus small r square. So this is equals to 2 into 22 divided by 7 into h. H means height. So what is the total height? Total height is 77. So this is 77 into capital R is 2.2, small r is 2 plus 2 into 22 upon 7 into capital R square, that is 2.2 square minus 2 square. So this will cancel. Here I have 7 1 is 7, 7 1 is 7, so this is 11. So 2 into 22 into 11, so this is 44 into 11 into 4.2 plus this is 44 upon 7 into square of 2.2 is 22, square is 484, so 4.84 minus 4. So this is 0.84. So here it is 44, again 44 I can take out, 44. Here inside bracket I have 11 into 4.2. So it is 11 2s are 22, 11 4s are 44 plus 2 46. So 46.2. This 44 I will take out, then it is plus 1 upon 7 into 0.84. So this is 44, inside bracket we have 46.2 plus 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are. So this gives us 44 into 2, 2 plus 1 3, 46.32. So 44 into 46.32. So 4632, here I have decimal and I have to multiply by 44. So 4 2 the 8, 4 3 the 12, 4 6 the 24, 1 25, 2, 4 4 the 16 plus 2 18. Then 4 2 the 8, 4 3 the 12, 1, 4 6 the 24, 1 25, 2, 4 4 the 16, 16 plus 2 18. This is 8, this is 8 plus 2 10, 1 carry, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 5 13, 8 plus 2 10, 2, 2038. So this is 2038.08. 2038.08. This is our total surface area. Second, in option they have given the radius and slant height of a cone are in the ratio 3:5. If the curved surface area is 2310 centimeter square, find the radius and the slant height. Okay, the radius and the slant height of a cone are in ratio R upon L, 3:5. Curved surface is given, find radius and slant height. Okay, 2310, 3/5. R upon L is 3/5 and curved surface area is 2310 centimeter square. Okay. Now curved surface area, we know the formula. This is given. So curved surface area pi RL, for cone it is pi RL. So pi RL is given 2310. Now R upon L is 3/5. This indicate that value of R is 3/5 L. Okay. So pi, in place of R we will write 3/5 L into L is equals to 2310. Now the value of pi is 22/7. So 22/7 into 3/5 into L square is equals to 2310. Therefore L square is 2310 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 5 divided by 22 into 3. Now 3 plus 1 4 plus 2 6, so I can cancel with 3. So 3 7s are 21, 2 3 7s are 21, 770. So by 11 I can cancel, 11 2s are 11 7s are, this is 70. Then 2 I will cancel and I will get 35. So L square is 35 and 7 5s are 35. So this is 35 the whole square. This is L square. So therefore L is 35 centimeter and R is 3/5 L is equals to 3/5 into 35 is equals to 5 7s are, so 3 into 7, 3 7s are 21. So R is equals to 21 centimeter. R is equals to 21 centimeter. Now 21st question is find the area of quadrilateral ABCD. DA is given, AB is given, BC is given, CD is given, BD is given. Okay, we have to find area of quadrilateral ABCD. So Heron's formula, you know, we can apply Heron's formula. So here quadrilateral ABCD, let us draw one quadrilateral ABCD. Now what are the different lengths? DA 90, AB 50, AB, BC, CD. So 50, 60, 30 and 90. 50, 60, 30, 90. This is 50, 60, 30, 90 and last one more. BD is 70. This BD, this is 70. Okay, we have to find area of this quadrilateral. Now area of this quadrilateral is area of two triangles, sum of area of two triangles. So here I will say that key for triangle ABD, my S will be, semi-perimeter will be equal to 50 plus 70 plus 90 upon 2 is equals to 7 plus 5, 12, 12 plus 9, 12 plus 9 is 21, 210 divided by 2 is equals to 105. This is the value of S. So therefore area of triangle ABD is equals to, I will say that using Heron's formula. Using Heron's formula, area of triangle ABD is equals to root of S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. This is the formula, na? So let us put the respective values. The value of S is 105 into 105 minus 50, 105 minus 70, 105 minus 90 is equals to 105 into, this is 5, 10 minus 5 is 555, this is 5, 10 minus 7 is 335, this is 5, 10 minus 9 is 115. So this 105, I will factorize this 105. So 105, 5 plus 1 6, so 3, 3 3 is 9, 1, 3 5 is 15. So 35 into 3. So let us write this 105 as, now I am not factorizing this 35 because 135 is already here. So it is 3 into 35 into 55 is 11 into 5 into this 35 I keep as 35 and this 15 I will write 5 into 3. So now you have one pair for 3, so you can take that 3 out. You have one pair for 35, so you take 35 out. You have one pair for 5, so you take 5 out. So what is remaining? Remaining is 11. So this is 3 5s are 15, 15 5s are 75, 7 and 15 3s are 45, 45 plus 7, 52. So 525 root 11 centimeter square. This is area of triangle ABD. Now for triangle BCD, for triangle BCD, we will calculate the value of S, that is 70, 60 and 30. S is 70 plus 60 plus 30 whole divided by 2 is equals to 6 plus 3, 9, 90, 90 plus 70, 160, divided by 2 is 80. So therefore, by using Heron's formula, my area of triangle BCD is equals to square root of S is 80, so 80 into 80 minus 70, 80 minus 60, 80 minus 30. So this is square root of now 80. I will keep 80 as it is. Let us see what other terms are. 80 minus 70 is 10, 80 minus 60 is 20, and 80 minus 30 is 50. So first of all, 8 into 10, 10, 2 into 10, 5 into 10. So that 10, 10, 10 I will take out. So 100 will be out. Inside I have 8 into 2 into 5. So 8 to the 16, 16 is 4, 4 to the 16. So that 4 will also out, and inside I have root 5. So this is 400 root 5 centimeter square. Now area of ABD is 525 root 11, and here it is 400 root 5. So therefore area of quadrilateral ABCD, therefore area of quadrilateral ABCD is equals to area of triangle ABD is equals to area of triangle ABD plus area of triangle BCD. This is 525 root 11. This is 525 root 11 plus this is 400 root 5 centimeter square. If you want to take common, you can take few terms common, but no need to take anything common. So you have find area. Now in OR we have a floral design on the floor is made up of 16 tiles which are triangular, the side of triangle being 9, 28, 35. Find the cost of polishing the tile at a rate of 50 paisa per centimeter square. Now the problem is same as the above problem. You have to find area of one triangular part, and then there are 16 tiles, so you multiply that by 16, then cost of per centimeter square is 50 paisa. So how many centimeters square you are getting, multiply that with 50 paisa, you will get your answer. So as the question is same, I am not doing it. Now 22nd question, we have to find 3p minus 7q minus r the whole square. Evaluate the following: 3p minus 7q minus r. So 22nd question, 3p minus 7q minus r. The whole square. So this way a plus b plus c the whole square is what? We know that a plus b, here we will write as we know a plus b plus c the whole square is equals to, this is equals to a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ac. So therefore here 3p minus 7q minus r the whole square, this will become 3p the whole square plus this is minus 7q the whole square plus this is minus r the whole square plus 2 into 3p into minus 7q plus 2 into minus 7q into minus r plus 2 into minus r into 3p. So let us 3 is the 9, so this is 9p square plus 7 7 is 49, so this is 49q square plus r square. Now here 3 to the 6, 6 7 is 42, so this is minus 42pq. Then 7 to the 14, minus minus plus, so this is plus 14qr, and here it is minus 3 to the 6, 6rp or pr. So this is expansion, and there is one more question. We have to find the value of 998 the whole square. So 998 the whole square is 1000 minus 2 the whole square. It is square or cube? Let us check. Cube. 998 the whole cube. So this is 1000 minus 2 the whole cube. A minus b the whole cube is a cube minus b cube. A cube minus b cube minus 3 times a into b and bracket a minus b. So this become 1 2 3, then 1 2 3, then 1 2 3. So a very big number. Minus 2 cube is 8, then minus this is 3 to the 6000, and here it is 998. So this becomes minus 8, and this is minus. Now 6 8 the 3 zeros I will first write. 6 8 the 48, 4 carry, 6 9 the 54, 54 plus 4 is 58, 5 carry, 54, 54 plus 5 is 59. Okay. So now I have to subtract 100 00 00 000 minus this is 5988008. So now I will carry, and here last number is 10, so 10 minus 8 is 2, then I have 9 9 minus 8 is 1, 9 minus 8 is 1, then 9 minus 9 is 0, then 9 minus 5 is 4. So how many more zeros I need? I will use here. So 1 2 1 2, then this will also cover, and here it will be 9 9. Okay, 99 40 11 992. So it is 99 crore 40 lakh 11,992. Okay, very big number, but simple, na? This is how you can solve. So we have done section C. Now if we see section C, for how many marks this section C was? Section C was for 30 marks. So for 30 marks we should take 60 minutes, approximately 60 minutes. We have taken slightly more than that, as we have done optional questions also. So this is how you can also finish this part in 1 hour. Now section D is there, that is also for 32 marks. So again it will take 1 more hour to finish this section. Okay, so we will see this section D part in our next class. Thank you for being with me in this class.